Hello and welcome back to my channel. So we had a look at the last day with a for counter, excuse me, and we spoke a little bit about CIIL, which is counter, variable, initial value, increment, and loop continuation condition. So there are your four things that you need. So here you can, we're just going to deep dive into the for loop a little bit. You can obviously take this out here, and before the loop you can already initialize it if you want to, or you can just declare it here and then it will automatically know that this counter is it. So I've changed the theme a bit to the darker theme so you can read it a bit better. So counter is when you highlight it, it shows that it highlights all of the other uses of counter within your program. So you can also do, which we spoke a little bit about, the incrementation. Counter equals counter plus 1. Now with that, there's always going to be some kind of reading involved. It's just a little bit easier if you have counter plus plus. It's the equivalent of doing it, or you can have counter plus equals 1. You can also write it that way, or you can have plus plus counter or counter plus plus. Now this is a postfix. The reason why it's written this way more than anything is because this actually evaluates at the end of the for statement always. So it doesn't actually matter if you have a pre or post, it has the same effect. So as pre-incrementing or post-incrementing, and it does not appear in a larger expression. So you can say that this evaluates at the end of the for loop. Here we've got int counter here. Now I'm going to put it back to where it was. So if I write in a longer version of saying this would be initialization, then you have a required semicolon. Always. So when you evaluate a statement, it's always a semicolon. Then you have a loop continuation condition, and this is where it's always the case where you always need a loop continuation condition. If you did not have a loop continuation condition, or if you didn't increment, this is the incrementation of the control variable, and that's your last bit here, is the incrementation of the control variable. If you didn't have this, it would always evaluate to true. So that's always going to be a problem because you have an error called an infinite loop. So it will just loop and loop and loop and loop and loop and keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then you're stuck within the program. So there's just a couple of tips for the for loop. For a while loop, it's usually done in the structure of initialization. I'm writing initialization with an S now because I changed my spelling to the other English without the Z. So I have while and then loop continuation condition. So usually you'd have something like counter is less than or equal to 10 written in here. This would be where your loop continuation expression comes in. Now with everything, you have to open and close your brackets. For the while loop, I'm just going to put them down here for the moment because this is just to demonstrate what it looks like. And then you have obviously statements here and whatever incrementation, so counter plus plus or counter plus equals 1. Or counter equals counter plus 1. they evaluate the same. So that's your for loop for the moment. That's a deeper kind of understanding for it, and the comparison between how a while loop is written and how a for loop is written. There's also ways that you can evaluate place arithmetic expressions within the calculation of a for loop. You can do that as well. So if you were to say, for instance, counter is less than or equal to 4 multiplied by x multiplied by y, you could also do that. Or you could say j plus equals, or counter plus equals, let's say if we do it here, counter plus equals y divided by x, or something like that. Now I haven't initialized or declared any local variables y or x, but you get the idea that you can put in different arithmetic expressions within the for loop. Okay, that's it for the moment. That's just a deeper dive into the for loop expressions. It's really important to get a handle on for loops. It's used quite often within programming. I'll put up the newer version on GitHub as well. Please subscribe to my channel. For any feedback, send an email to learncomputerswithali@gmail.com, and thanks for watching.